Recently, we did a poll on Patreon made up of their suggestions, and the one requirement for this poll was this movie cannot have been reacted to on YouTube, and that is how we arrived here today watching 1962's The Manchurian Candidate. Typically, I try to learn as little about these films I'm watching for the first time as possible, but I was sorting through quite a number of suggestions from my patrons, and I wanted to find the ones I felt I would enjoy the most, and so I know just a smidge about it. Basically, I just read the description, so not a ton, but this movie does seem intriguing. I mean, who doesn't love the idea of a country kidnapping soldiers, messing with their minds, and sending them back as assassins? It's kind of horrific, actually. And so I'm curious to see what this movie's all about. Also, I didn't realize Frank Sinatra? I didn't realize Frank Sinatra acted. I have only heard him associated with singing before, and he's been in, as I've now learned, quite a number of films, so I'm excited to dive into that. Add to that Lawrence Harvey, Janet Leigh, and Angela Lansbury. I am excited to see what this film has to offer, so let's experience The Manchurian Candidate for the first time. Wait, that guy seems very disapproving. What's he disapproving of? Oh, because he's going into a less than reputable establishment, I guess. But they're probably there for official business, right? Not just to goof around.
No. It's just our Raymond, our lovable Sergeant Shaw.
All right, let's go, you men. Come on.
St. Raymond, he don't approve.
The framing of this shot and what's the right word when people are moving in and out of frame, hitting their marks and stuff? Anyway, well executed. Staging? Oh no. Interesting how this is unfolding. I mean, I suspected at least one soldier would be captured. I didn't expect it to play out like this.
Raymond Shaw was returned from combat and flown directly to Washington to be decorated personally by the President of the United States.
Awesome.
Mother, what is this? What are you doing here?
What?
How does it feel to be the father of the Medal of Honor winner? He's not my father.
The senator's Raymond's stepfather. What is the matter with you, Raymond? We've gone to a good deal of trouble to.
Arranged the parade for you so far.
A parade?
He is not interested in a parade.
Johnny's up for re-election in November. You've got it all figured out, haven't you? One of the 50,000 votes.
It's a good political strategy, but like the son should have been in on it.
Single-handedly saved the lives of 9 members of his patrol, taking out in the process a full company of enemy infantry. I'm not going home with you, Mother. I'm going to New York.
What?
I've got a job in a newspaper.
That communist?
He's not a communist, Mother.
But the terrible things he's written about Johnny.
Yes, if you write something bad about me, you're a communist.
What could you possibly have in common with that dreadful old man?
Well, for one thing, we discovered that we both loathe and despise you and Johnny.
Ooh, no wonder. Okay, so it's clear he doesn't want to be used as a pawn in his dad's political campaign. He doesn't support his dad. He doesn't support Johnny, stepdad.
The Major was plagued by the same reoccurring nightmare.
Another modern discovery, which we owe to the hydrangea, concerns the influence of air drainage upon plant climate.
What? Why are we learning about hydrangeas?
In another modern discovery of horticultural importance.
Okay.
The cultivation of hydrangeas was...
I have zero interest in botany.
I have conditioned them, or brainwashed them, which I understand is the new American word. Now then, comrade.
May I present the famous...
Okay, this is very interesting.
Experiments in the hypnotic production of antisocial and self-injurious behavior.
I actually absolutely love the way this scene has played out, with just kind of cutting back and forth between what I believe is reality and then what they're seeing in their minds.
And to get to the point?
I apologize, my dear Dmitri. I keep forgetting that you're a young country and your attention span is limited.
See, older generations always think young people have a attention span problem. That's not a new thing that old people think today. It's always been that way. Well, it's possible. It's true. I have zero interest in botany. Studies say that we now have an attention span shorter than that of a goldfish, so...
Whom do you dislike the least in your group here today?
Oh no, wait a second. Where's this going?
That's right. Take this scarf
No, 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 no.
and strangle Ed Mavoli.
Yes, ma'am.
Holy crap.
Cut it up. Try it, Ed, please.
They're all brainwashed. He's just gonna let it happen because brainwashed.
Major,
Yeah, you know what? He should have nightmares.
doesn't it strike anyone as curious that Mavoli was one of the 2 men lost in the action?
Raymond Shaw, his life, his background, his habits, his friends and associates have been under scrupulous examination.
I'd be most interested in hearing your personal feelings about Shaw. Raymond Shaw is the kindest, bravest, warmest, most wonderful human being I've ever known in my life.
DeMarco be temporarily reassigned to less strenuous, and if I may say so, less sensitive duties.
I have here a list of the names of 207 members of the Communist Party.
Everything about this screams this man's a conspiracy theorist with some false accusations, most likely.
By confidence.
You're an idiot if you ask me. You're out of your mind.
I'd like to verify that number, sir.
104 card-carrying communists in the Defense Department at this time.
How many, sir?
275, and that's absolutely all I have to say on this subject.
Wait, 270, 275, 104. Wait, what is it? It changed every time, I think. Also having nightmares. Well, interesting how he's seeing a slightly different room and people than the other person. These scenes are fantastic.
Shoot Bobby Raymond.
Wow.
That same dream again.
I wonder if they've talked about their dreams.
You like him a lot, don't you?
Raymond Shaw is the bravest, kindest, warmest, most wonderful human being I've ever known in my life.
Holy crap. They're programmed to say the same thing about Raymond Shaw. Wow. I wonder if Shaw's having any dreams like that.
And since you were my best friend in the Army, here goes. I'm afraid to go to sleep because I have terrible dreams. Raymond, why don't you pass the time by playing a little solitaire?
Oh no. Wait a second. They're triggering him.
One week from next Saturday, you will be called for. We want you there for a checkup. Is that clear?
Can you recall what happened to them?
It was a very clear action for a night action.
He only remembers what you told him to remember. This is good programming.
Normally conditioned American who's been trained to kill, then to have no memory of having killed. He cannot possibly give himself away.
Some quality logic there.
Been, after all, 2 years since the conditioning took place.
It's been 2 years? I didn't realize this would be such a long-term operation.
Refuse to turn him over to his operator until at least one practical test has been run. Let him assassinate someone.
If kill we must for a better New York, why should it not be his superior at the newspaper? Might he not then be given that very influential job himself?
That's not smart. Wait, you're killing someone that will lead to him getting a promotion? To Shaw getting a promotion? That's stupid. Literally connecting him to the crime.
Don't get any silly ideas about this ridiculous-looking bed jargon.
All right, Santa Claus.
Who's this mysterious they? Amy? That's who he's about.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen. We can cut away. We don't need to see it. Bang, bang, or strangle, strangle.
As a public relations officer, you're a disaster.
I never wanted to...
Apparently, among other things, you permitted the secretary to make a number of unfortunate remarks to that idiot Island.
Permitted? You try to rein him in.
I tell you, there's something phony going on. For instance, when the psychiatrist asked me how I felt about Raymond Shaw, how I personally felt about him, and how the whole patrol felt about him, did you hear what I said? It's just not true. It isn't as if Raymond's hard to like. He's impossible to like.
Again, no one liked him when we first met him, right?
In your present state, there's no possible way I can use you. As of this moment, I'm placing you on indefinite sick leave. It is an order.
Yes, sir.
Maybe take this time to meet up with some of the other guys and compare stories, compare dreams. How have we not done this yet? Come on. She's looking at this man like he's psycho. I'm not even sorry.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Not at all, please do.
She's like, I got you. Oh.
Where's your home?
I've been in the Army most of my life. We move a good deal. What's your name?
Eugenie?
Eugenie? I've never heard that name before.
Pretty. What do your friends call you?
Rosie.
Rosie?
Why?
My full name is Eugenie Rose.
Okay, there's a valid reason for it. I was like, how do you get Rosie from Eugenie?
You Arabic?
No.
Why would you ask that?
My name is Ben.
Are you married?
No. You?
No. I live at 53 West 54th Street. Apartment 3B.
It's a lot of information.
Can you remember that?
Why is she just giving him her address? I don't get that.
I am Chong Jin, Mr. Chaucer.
Yes, I remember you. You were the guide and interpreter to the patrol.
I need job.
Job? But my dear fellow, we don't need interpreters here.
He has other skills.
I am tailor and mender.
See?
I am cook. I drive car.
A plethora of skills. He's a very talented man.
I will pay you $60 a week. I'm leaving for Washington in a few minutes. I'll be back here this evening by 8:30. I would like to have dinner waiting.
And you start right away. No delay. You'll cook today.
I'd be a lot happier if we could just settle on the number of communists I know there are in the Defense Department.
Yeah, why are you getting your numbers from her? Where is she getting the numbers from? She's making them up.
You're going to look like an even bigger idiot if you don't get in there and do exactly what you're told.
Hey, he's being mind controlled just like his son, except it's her doing the mind controlling, not foreign governments. She's awful.
Would it really make it easier for you if we settled on just one number?
How about a factual number?
There are exactly 57 card-carrying members of the Communist Party.
You pulled the number off the ketchup bottle? That's wildly absurd. I absolutely love it. Oh, ouch. Talk about a reaction.
What was Raymond doing with his hands?
Oh, I thought I was going to break his arm.
What were you doing?
How'd they get here? Wait, who called the cops?
What were you doing?
Wait, he contacted her?
It was original of you to have the police department call us so shyly and ask for our first date. You know what I was doing when you so cleverly had the police call me? After I dropped you off, I went straight home to telephone my fiancé. Well, I told you I wasn't married, and I told him I had just met you, and I gave him his ring back.
Oh. She moves fast. Dang. I guess it'd be good for her for doing things right. Take a huge step of faith there. Yeah, this escalated fast. I mean, I kind of wonder what's wrong with her. She meets this man at this most fragile point in his life, and immediately leaves her fiance and picks him up at the police office after beating a man up, and then kisses him. Like, she makes questionable choices. That's my initial assessment of her. But I mean, good for Marco, Major Marco. That's wonderful for him, I guess, I think.
I've been having this nightmare.
It's about a Russian general and some Chinese and me and the men who were on the patrol.
Yeah.
How do you know?
You remember Al Melvin? Well, I had a letter from him a couple of weeks ago. I was very surprised to hear from him. You know how much the guys in the outfit hated me. Said in his letter that I was the best friend he had in the army.
Definitely not true.
Is it the same thing that you've been dreaming?
Hold the one on the right, please. Hold this one, too, please.
Let's talk about it.
1 hour ago, your friend, Mr. Alan Melvin, in Wainwright, Alaska, made the same 2 photographs.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's do something. I don't know what we're supposed to do, but let's do something.
I'm going to recommend setting up a joint intelligence CIA, FBI unit. You'll work with them, representing the Army.
My mother, Ben, is a terrible woman.
Well, you think most people are terrible, to be fair. But, I mean, I think you're right in your assessment of your mother. I would agree. 57.
When I was a child, I only kind of disliked her. But after what she did to Josie and me...
Tell me more.
Years later, I realized, Ben, that I am not very lovable. And no, don't contradict me. Oh, but I was very lovable with Josie.
She brought out that side of you, huh?
My mother fixed all that.
Oh.
I have been even less lovable than I was since. It was the summer just before I went into the army, and I was bitten by this snake.
A real snake or a love snake?
There she was, with a razor blade in her hand.
My daddy's gonna be so pleased about this.
Good for
I
her.
mean, he's just absolutely scared tiddly about snakes. I promise you one thing, it may be a little uncomfortable for you, but it's gonna absolutely make his summer.
She's a lifesaver, friend.
Well, I must say there's a good chance you're going to live.
My name is Raymond Shaw, sir.
I once found it necessary to sue your mother for defamation of character and slander.
Oh, really?
My name is Thomas Jordan.
The communist?
According to who? Your mom?
One of your mother's more endearing traits is her tendency to refer to anyone who disagrees with her about anything as a communist.
Yep.
I would very much like to ask your permission, sir, to marry Jocelyn.
What the heck? Great. Everyone's excited about it. I know people got married rather quickly in the past, certainly compared to today. Not this fast. Am I crazy? Am I wrong about that? This is insane. I met her. She saved my life. I asked her to marry her all within an hour.
All summer long, we were together. I was lovable.
It's like he had a new family.
And everybody was lovable.
He was happy.
Except, of course, my mother.
I want to talk to you about that communist tart.
Shut up with that mother. Shut up!
She's evil. Actually, she's pretty representative of modern day politics, to be honest.
If we were at war, and you were suddenly to become infatuated with the daughter of a Russian agent, wouldn't you expect me to come to you and object?
Not the same thing.
I will show you documented proof that this man stands for evil.
She won, of course. She always does.
I actually was so invested in that storyline, I forgot it was a flashback. Dang.
I never saw her again.
That sucks.
I'm not lovable. But I loved her. And I did love her.
What a great scene. The horrors of a mom to make his son believe he's not lovable.
Why don't you pass the time by playing a little solitaire? So he says to me.
Cards, please.
No cards. Just like the word solitaire triggers the programming.
When I get married to my old lady.
Sorry I'm late, kid. Got held up in traffic, you know.
Oh, very cool, very cool, very cool.
Do me a favor, will you? Why don't you?
What?
Hey! Raymond!
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. What the heck? Oh, I guess the water snapped him out of it. That's something to maybe keep in mind.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I was standing next to you at the bar and you were playing a game of solitaire. Do you remember that?
No.
In the dream. I remember what you were doing with your hands.
Playing solitaire.
Based on Raymond's psychiatric pattern, I think we can safely eliminate jacks and kings.
Yeah, the evil queen of diamonds, obviously.
The Queen of Diamonds is reminiscent in many ways of Raymond's dearly loved and hated mother.
Yeah.
And is the second key to clear the mechanism.
I've decided it's time he got married. Tom Jordan's daughter, Jocelyn. You remember her, hon? That mousy little girl Raymond was so attracted to that summer at the lake. I now think she would make Raymond an excellent wife.
Oh, this woman, I think this is the right decision. But it just makes me so angry that she now thinks it's a great idea. Because she probably ruined it and robbed this man of years of happiness. Not to mention the fact that he's now an assassin.
Do you remember a darling girl we met the summer before you went into the army? Jocelyn Jordan, Senator Jordan's daughter. She arrived back in New York a week or so ago. And I thought, considering the rather shabby way you treated her.
Screw you, lady. The way he treated her?
Are you sure they're coming, Mother? Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, Raymond, don't be such a jerk. Go and get yourself a drink or a tranquilizer or something. Why don't you pass the time by playing a little solitaire?
Does she know? Wait a second. The way she said that made me feel like she's in on it, that she knows about the programming. Surely that's not true. That's my imagination. Doing what she does to everyone else, I'm now doing to her. So I think that's smart, movie.
Raymond, the time has come for us to have a serious discussion.
What the heck? Is this a coincidental timing?
I'll take this one with me, dear. It might bring mischief if I leave it.
What the heck?
I've been watching you through the window. When I saw you, my heart almost shot out of my body.
What the frick?
Josie.
Is that... What? Wait, she's actually wearing that? Hey, true love, baby, true love, probably. That's not how you're supposed to limbo. He's doing it wrong.
Take that somewhere very quietly and drink it.
But, babe,
All right, dear, run along.
He's the face of power, but she's the power. Make no mistake. He's a puppet. Ooh.
If Johnny's name were put forward at the convention next week, would you attempt to block him?
I hope so. So you actually don't care at all about your son. You only care about this.
I would spend every cent I own and all I could borrow to block you.
Yes, I love that.
I think if John Iceland were a paid Soviet agent, he could not do more to harm this country than he's doing now.
Haha, and your son's made an escape for it. She came back prepared to use her Queen of Diamonds, but she got trumped.
Queen of Diamonds.
Haha.
How did you do that?
A magician never
This
mind.
is what is known, my dear girl, as a forced deck. Let's get married.
Certainly are in good spirits tonight, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Babe.
Hello, Raymond. Miss Jordan.
How do you do, Major? Only it's not Miss Jordan anymore. It's Mrs. Shaw.
Oh, yay.
Please kiss the bride.
Congratulations.
Well, that's your job.
There we were. The Queen of Diamonds and me looking like, well, I don't know, like Groucho Marx. Ben, I just made a joke. Not a very good joke, I admit, but a joke.
He's probably hung up on the fact that you said Queen of Diamond.
What did he mean, the Queen of Diamonds?
Oh, my costume.
The reason I came here this morning is to ask Raymond to voluntarily put himself under arrest.
It's a good idea.
Raymond is sick, Mrs. Shaw.
We were married just 6 hours ago. We've been in cars and offices and airplanes ever since. You've got to believe me and trust me. I can make him well.
I'll give you 48 hours. You have him back here day after tomorrow.
Oh, that's something. He does need help, though. He does. And as long as he stays away from playing cards and his mom, he should be good for the next 48 hours. Have a little bit of a honeymoon.
I now charge this man, Thomas Jordan, with high treason.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Come on,
The
get
verdict
dressed.
of which can only be a
We're driving
resounding
down to New York.
Oh, no, just stay out of it.
I'm gonna beat that vile, slandering son of a numbskull to a bloody pulp.
No, I think y'all should just stay home. Rent a movie. I know that's not really an option here, but
Darling, something very important has come up. There is something you have
she
to do.
does know. She does know. What? Did she do this to him? Is she the communist? How could a mother do this to her son?
Josie waited up as long as she could. I want to offer my congratulations and welcome you to the family.
Absolutely.
I've been watching my daughter's face all evening. She's a very happy girl.
She sure is.
I take the position that any attack by her
Oh my
is
gosh.
great honor.
Holy
I
crap.
haven't had so much support.
This might ruin the marriage. No.
Raymond, what are you...
Daddy, what is it? Raymond, no! Raymond, darling!
No. He killed her. He killed her. That's not supposed to happen. He was gonna have a happy ending. He was gonna have a happy life. And now he's gonna have to turn around and go inside and discover the bodies, not having any memory of what he freaking did. But internally he knows. Look at him weeping. I wonder if this will make the programming and the walls in his mind collapse.
What is it?
Evil Eleanor.
Raymond Shaw shot and killed his wife early this morning. In a way, it was me.
No, it was evil Eleanor Iceland.
How could anyone? Josie.
Where are you, Raymond?
What do you know? They just handed the vice presidential nomination to that idiot Iceland.
Oh. Who killed Josie, Ben?
How do you tell him that it was him?
Tell me, I've got to know.
Maybe you don't tell him. Oh, I don't think he'd be able to live with himself.
How about passing the time by playing a little solitaire? All right. Now let's start unlocking a few doors. You didn't save our lives and take out an enemy company, did you, Raymond?
No.
Tell me what else happened at Tung Ma.
We were drilled for 3 days, and I strangled Edna Vody and shot Bobby Lembeck.
Let's see what we get with 2 of them. Keep playing.
This seems risky.
Then I killed Mr. Gaines. They picked him to see if all the linkages still worked before they turned me over to my American operator.
Your mom?
You ought to forget everything that happened at the senator's house. Do you understand, Raymond? What have they built you to do?
I don't know.
To do everything Mother tells you.
Take a look at this, kid.
Is he just like overwhelming the senses?
It's over. The links, they're beautifully conditioned links, are smacked.
I mean, I hope this works.
All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men will never put old Raymond back together again. You don't work anymore.
It's time for my American operator to give me the plan. Yes, I understand, Mother.
Dun dun dun.
There's a car waiting for me downstairs.
Here's a number. You call me at that number. Try to call me by 8:30, or as soon as you find out whatever it is they want you to do.
So we can stop it. Like, for real, for real.
Been decided that you will be dressed as a priest to help you get away in the pandemonium afterwards.
Did she arrange for Josie to wear the Queen of Diamonds?
You are to shoot the presidential nominee through the head. And Johnny will rise gallantly to his feet.
Of course, she's just trying to get her boo elected. Her puppet elected.
It's the most rousing speech I've ever read.
Written, I'm sure.
To sweep us up into the White House with powers that will make martial law seem like anarchy.
Yikes. You're crazy.
You are to hit him right at the point that he finishes the phrase, nor would I ask of any fellow American in defense of his freedom that which I would not gladly give myself. You must believe I did not know it would be you.
That is really hard to believe.
One last step. And then when I take power, they will be pulled down and ground into death for what they did to you.
They're so gallantly using her, yet she's delusional enough to think that she's really using them. Ay, ay, ay. So if the programming is broken, he's not going to be killing anybody today. Or will he kill someone else, someone of his own choosing? I don't know. Did he make the phone call to Major Marco? He's just sitting and waiting. Is he not near a phone, or is the programming in full force? Maybe he's not calling because he does have his own plan that he plans to enact, or that he intends to enact. Maybe he's going to take out his stepfather. All right. At least they're making the right call by going there, showing up, trying to do something. I'm not used to seeing such fast cuts.
John, you gotta stop this thing. Stop it. How can I stop it? Or whatever. If there was a bomb planted here, you got a tip that there was, you'd stop it fast enough. Tell you there's a bomb here, a time bomb that's just waiting to go off.
That's a fair yeah.
Take it easy.
So he's intending to shoot someone. I guess let's find out who. Obviously, they're trying to control our government, control our election. Will Shaw allow their candidate to be pushed through? Well, it seems like that's exactly what Shaw's trying to do, but Ben is going to get there in time and stop him. Yes? Oh my gosh, just get there, man. Come on. We gotta cut it as close as possible. Of course we do. Movie. Oh, he is gonna kill. He did kill his stepdad and his mom. Holy crap. I kind of feel like good for him, but oh my gosh, it probably wasn't the right decision, but it was better than killing the person he was supposed to kill. Yeah.
You couldn't have stopped them. The army couldn't have stopped them. So I had to. Oh, God, Ben.
Oh, no! Oh, what did he have to live for, I guess? But dang, I didn't see that part coming. Although one might ask why he was targeting the wrong person until the last minute. That was for our benefit. It's fine. Oh, that sucks so much.
Made to commit acts too unspeakable to be cited here by an enemy who had captured his mind and his soul. He freed himself at last, and in the end, heroically and unhesitatingly gave his life to save his country. Raymond Shaw.
Yeah, this was a very good story and very well told. It was shocking, surprising, and tragic. It's difficult to imagine a mother, even if she was surprised by their choice of assassin. It's hard to imagine a mother would actually put her son through all that. I mean, we saw that she was evil and awful even before we knew she was a villain, even before we knew that she was going to be hiring or arranging for an assassin to come. But I can't quite wrap my mind around it. Maybe she in some ways had her hands tied because the people she was working for, she couldn't just walk away. That was not an option for her. But I just can't imagine. Wow. Then I guess good for Shaw that his little meeting with all of the deck of diamond queens. It did rip out and break down the programming. And then he chose to assign himself the mission he thought would be best. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I imagine at the end of the day, the right person was assassinated. Certainly enemy agents. And we prevented the enemy from placing their candidate in office. So that is a big win for America. But man, he killed himself. Whew, okay, well, big thank you to my patrons for voting for this one. Here's another video you might enjoy. And yeah, if you enjoyed this one, give it a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Wow.